We have some of the stuff we've already studied, which is going to be this book. This is the second book. And even then, this is basic, alhamdulillah. And the third thing is with this book, I know that I mentioned we go through it systematically, but the structure over here is not the way I want to go through. Like Brother also mentioned, the first thing you learn after the makharij or the makhraj is the two groups, the full mouth group and the smiley group. There are Arabic terminologies. Another thing, fourth thing is there are Arabic terminologies I'm not going to mention. You don't need to learn this. What you need to learn is the theory and then the practice. Yeah, some Arabic terms you need to know, so we'll share those inshallah. I think that's about it for now. We have started a little late. Forgive us for the delay, alhamdulillah. But we have 2 months left before Ramadan. I don't think we will be able to continue in Ramadan. We might have some other plans for Ramadan, some other shorter lessons maybe, something like that. There's a discussion with the committee here in the masjid. We'll keep you posted inshallah on this as well, yeah. And Jazakallah khair to the team again for buying these books. You can share them out inshallah. Brothers, I would strongly emphasize, do take notes. Yeah. If you haven't got no pad and pen, yeah, record it on your phones or watch it on your on the recording afterwards, and then make notes, inshallah. Yeah. I will tell you what pages we're going to go through. Yeah. But the first and foremost, someone at the door. I think Ruel Bhai is coming, isn't it? Ruel Bhai, he just mentioned he'll be a few minutes late. Have you got all the lights on? Are all the lights on? Maybe so brothers can see, maybe for the recording will be slightly better. If you come, then no problem, inshallah. Don't mind me, brothers, I'll stand up. I prefer to walk as well. I know these are a bit low, but I prefer to walk. I'm not your leader or anything like that. It's just it's more practical for me. Alhamdulillah. Wa salam. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Wa salam. Thank you. Doing good. You can come a bit closer, inshallah. Yeah, come a bit closer here if you can. If you go back, you can lean against it. But everyone else, if you come closer to this location here, then we can do it by an ayat. Inshallah, then we can benefit from this, inshallah. Just go over here, it's easier. Wherever you're going, please come here, inshallah. Okay. Let Brother Bilal finish this. I'm going to say, like I said, I will certainly introduce certain Arabic terms which you need to know, and we'll get it written. Yeah. And either take screenshots or pictures. It's been recorded, but do make notes. It's better for you that way. And after, if you're not taking any notes afterwards, take notes from your recordings or homework, inshallah. So makhraj, Brother Bilal, if you can write down makhraj here on this shorter board. Yeah. Makhraj means, the linguistic meaning is exit. Kharaja means he exited. Kharaja yakhruju, he is exiting. Ukhruj, exit. So the word makhraj comes from that word. Makhraj means the point of exit from the mouth. So the Arabic alphabets don't all come from the same points. The English language is very simple, I will speak in. The Arabic is different, you have to use different parts of the mouth. Qaf, and ba, and ba. So that is called makhraj. And the plural for makhraj is makharij. So sometimes you'll find it in the book, in the Tajweed books, makharij or makhraj, meaning the same thing. But that is what it is, makhraj. Second thing you need to know is, and this one I don't need to give the Arabic term for it, the full mouth group. While we're doing this at the same time, the makhraj will be incorporated, meaning some of the letters will have to be explained. Like the three tip of the tongue letters, tha and the and vo, but they don't lose their qualities of being smiley or full mouth, they remain there. And on top of this, there are two letters from the Arabic alphabets. They belong to both groups. Do you know what they are? The letter lam is one of them, and we'll go with it. And what's the other letter? I didn't really introduce this to you brothers, but some of you brothers may know, because I didn't want to confuse you. But now is the time to explain it, because it can be recorded. We're not going to go back to it. We will implement it, inshallah. Do you know what letter is?
Is it ha?
No. Anyone? The letter Ra. We actually spoke about it very briefly last week. The letter Ra becomes a smiley letter. Usually it's a full mouth letter, becomes a smiley letter when the letter before it has a kasra. Like, for example, in Surah An-Nasr, إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحِ وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْ. Fir, yeah? That's how it's written and that's how it's pronounced. But common mistake is wastaghfir. Wastaghfir. That's incorrect. Okay? So we'll go through some of these, like I just mentioned, the letter Ra and the letter Ra and the letter Lam. There are other things we need to know as well. Let's write it down, Bilal Bhai. The Fatha. Can you draw the Fatha, please? Fatha is, in the Persian language, is Zubur. Yeah? So usually how I would do it, Bilal Bhai, is like this. Bismillah. So put a line there, that's the line, and Fatha is there, Kasra is there, and Dhamma is there. Yeah? These terms you need to know. Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma. And the duals for it is Fathatain, Kasratain, Dhammatain. You with me, brothers? Yeah? And there is another thing another couple of other things we need to make it known now, inshallah. And again, we will implement it like we've done in the past, and we will continue, inshallah. It is the sakin. You know, if you can write the sakin as well. The sakin is also written as sakina, which means the same thing. Sakin is drawn in different ways in the Quran. Sometimes it's a small circle, Bilal Bhai will draw it, inshallah. Sometimes it's like a little V pointing towards something, and sometimes it's slightly different as well. But that's the sakin. But sometimes you'll find in the Tajweed, books of Tajweed, you'll find it called Sakina. Yeah? And the next thing we need to also know, these are not the letters by the way. The next thing we need to know is the Shadda. If you can draw the Shadda, yeah? That's very important. The functions of the Shadda, we'll cover it. We've covered it many times. We will go through it again, inshallah. Yeah? Shadda, Sakina. And now the letters. Do you know the Arabic name for letters? It's called harf. Harf, yeah? And the plural is huruf. Remember last week we said huruf al-shamsiyya and huruf al-qamariyya. This is going to be in the near future, inshallah. Okay? So let's go to the Arabic alphabet, brothers. We're not gonna name the letters. Listen to this carefully. We're not gonna name the letters. We will pronounce the letters so that we all as a collective can fulfill the smiley and the full mouth task. That's important, yeah? So that's why I've got the fatha above this. Every letter has a fatha. Yeah? You with me, brothers? Any questions, just raise your hand and we'll answer that. But I want all of us to be fully on together. Yeah? Rabbi, don't be shy. When it comes to knowledge, don't be shy. When it comes to food, don't be shy. Yeah? Okay, so I want to say it once. I know we brothers done it, but I'm going to say it once, inshallah, so you brothers understand it. Bilal Bhai has written the F for full mouth. If you can see closely, yeah, the letter F is above the full mouth letters. Yeah, so I'm going to recite it as it's written with a fatha. Bismillah. A, ba, ta, tha. Here, the letter tha. This is what I said, explain. It's a tip of the tongue letter. 3 of them are tip of the tongue letters. So you have to get your tongue touching your teeth and get it out. Tha. Yeah? And it's a smiley letter, don't forget that. Yeah? Tha. Ja.
Ja.
Smile, brothers, yeah? Ja. We're smiling, yeah? We're Muslims, we smile and we get the word for it, yeah? Ja.
Ja.
This is slightly tricky. I want everyone to get it because in the Quran this is mentioned or uttered so many times. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The ha is there. Lots of times, yeah? Ha. Ha. Yeah? Smile, remember? It's a smiley letter. Now, this is the first full mouth letter, yeah? Kha. Kha. Yeah? Alhamdulillah, we're good. Next letter is dal, yeah, but we're pronouncing with a fatha, da. It's an easy one. Next one is the tip of the tongue letter. Get the tongue out, za. It's light, yeah, that's light. That's exactly the same as that one, but this one is a full mouth. That's the difference between them, yeah. Next one is a full mouth letter, ra. And the ra is sometimes emphasized full mouth when the verse is dictated, as well as the name Rabb. Allah's name is Rabb. So you have to show the power. With the word Rabb has power in it. With the word Rabb means Khaliq, Malik, and other things. 7 or 8 names and attributes of Allah SWT in one word, Ar-Rabb. Yeah? So it has power in it. One of the powerful names of Allah SWT is Ar-Rabb. So you have to show the Rabb. Yeah, like that, inshallah. Next letter is Za. Za. Next letter, Sa. Very easy one, as you pronounce the letter, the words snake or school. Yeah, don't get that mixed up with the Sa or the Tha. Because some of the letters are very similar, and like we mentioned in the early stages of our classes, alhamdulillah, if you change one letter, you can change the meaning. Like the word for heart is qalb with the qaf. The word kalb, what does that mean? Dog. That's how subtle it is. So can you imagine saying things like this in the Quran? And even the mads will go through it as well. Mad, if you say qala Allah, you are saying to Allah said, to deity. You can't say that. That's how subtle the Arabic language is. Next letter, sha. Smile. Don't forget to smile. Yeah, when the full mouth letter comes on the full mouth. By the way, the full mouth letters now, we're going to get to it. These are might be difficult for certain brothers. So we will give you time. And then the sticks will come out when you're not doing your homework. Yeah?
And the nunchuckers.
And the nunchuckers, inshallah. Because these letters will mean some parts of your face will now need to use the muscles that never ever worked. Some parts of the face have never utilized those muscles, and now it's the time to use it. Yeah? Including the tongue as well. So this one, saw. Ihdina as-sirat. Can you hear this? Ihdina and if I was to say it with a sin, ihdina, can you hear the difference? Very subtle difference, but there is a difference there. Next one, I was told by one of my teachers a long time ago, I hope this is authentic, he said, there is no other letter in the face of the earth equivalent to that. Do. And like we said, like we did last week, but if you remember, when we stop, there's rules for stopping as well. You don't pronounce the do. You just, for example, al-ard. Al-ard. If you say al-ard, you make qalqala on it. And we go through qalqalas. And remember, 2 other letters have to be pronounced. For example, Allahu Akbar. If you say Allah Akbar, where's the kaf? It disappears. So you have to make the little sound, even if it's got sakin. So sakin has a lot of rules, inshallah, and we'll go through it, inshallah, yeah? What's the next letter? Ta. Ihdina as-sirat. Tal. Yeah? Ta. Yeah? The next one is similar to the other one. Zo. Zalimin. Zalim. Yeah? Very tricky for many of us. As if someone's struggling. Yeah? That's the because this is so similar to the letter Alif or Hamza, and like as we know, A'udhu. Yeah, you have to distinguish it. A'udhu. I've got used to it so much, I can't even not distinguish it. Does that make sense? I find it really hard to do it incorrectly. Alhamdulillah. You guys need to get to that stage as well, inshallah. Yeah? Gayril Maghdu, you've heard the Gayril Maghdu. It's never Gayril. Gayril. Yeah? Yeah? Alhamdulillah. And even Magh, because it's a full mouth. If you see the letter Fa there, yeah? The letter Mim, smiley, then the Ghain, this has a Kasra. Magh. It's not Magh. You're making both of them full mouth. Yeah? And you don't do qalqala, Magh. That's qalqala on the letter Ghain. Yeah? Next letter, Fa, very easy. Fa. Off. So Ka. La. And you can tell all of these are smiley. ma,
ma,
na,
na,
wa,
wa,
ha,
ha,
a, ya.
ya.
Hamza and alif is the same. It's the same letter. Yeah? Okay? Alhamdulillah. So now, if we go to what we'll do is there is
Okay, wait. I was going to ask something that I still get a bit stuck on is, you know, when some of the letters have like lowercase, like ba or calves or has, they're spelled in a different way, like in a lowercase. When we come across them, can we go like match it up as well?
do you draw that, Bilal?
I mean
the ba one is written in a word, for example. Let's look for a word. Abu Wab. Do you write that Abu Wab for us? Yeah, the letter ba, you said, yeah?
And even there's has and
Yeah.
some of the letters are completely different when they're in the sentence.
Yeah. There's
So
different, some
that's
of the
one
letters
thing.
are written differently. Yes, definitely. What we'll do is, this book, as well as the previous book, has these top exercises to, especially the previous book, what the Lava is referring to is the letters and the practices of these letters when it's in a written form, when they're joined in a word, so they're written differently. That's what you're referring to, right?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. For us, just to answer your question just now, the letter ba always has a dot underneath it. One dot is ba. Underneath the letter, when you see a line, and then underneath is a dot, that's a ba, automatically. The only other one that has a dot is what? Jim. Because the letter ba is not really close to the letter ba. Like jim is very close to, when it's written, in the written form, you can get confused.
Yeah.
I see that. Okay, we'll get to it, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah.
Yeah. Okay. So what I want to do is, brothers, I want to go to, utilize this book as well. Yeah. Let's go to page 47, full mouth letters. We're going to do some exercise like last week, inshallah. Waqas Bhai would have really enjoyed this lesson. Okay. Remember, for the benefit of the brothers, Bilal Bhai will write it down as well, because the very first word here is wadduha. The shadda means the letter before it. You can write it down if you want to. The shadda, yeah, you can wipe that off if you wish. The shadda means the letter before it is connected to the letter underneath the shadda, and that means the letter is 47 and 48. So 47 is the full mouth letters. Can you see that? Everyone with me? Full mouth letters. So if you flick over, we've done the full mouth letters. We know what they are. And we've also spoken about the two letters which are both full mouth and smiley. The letter lam and the letter ra. Yeah? We'll cover that. I want to do some exercise on the full mouth letters, inshallah. Yeah? Not all pages, because we're going to do a little bit more rules as well. So coming back to the shadda, it is to be pronounced, the letter underneath the shadda is to be pronounced twice, and the letter before is connected. You have to show the connection. Yeah. So if you look at the first word on page 48, you say number 1. You see underneath each words or each sentences there's a number. Can you see them?
Yes.
You brothers with me?
Yes.
Where about you go book? Okay. So the first word is wadduha. The letter ba is full mouth, and you have to show it's been connected to the letter before it because of the shadda, and afterward the ha is a little bit tricky for some of you, and ha has a alif mad. We'll go through the mads as well, inshallah. Wadduha. Can I have individual say it? Let me try Farhad Bhai.
Wadduha.
Okay, a little bit more effort there. Dildar Bhai.
Wadduha.
You say again?
Wadduha.
So when you say what, I saw your mouth smiling. When you get to the da, you have to be full mouth. Remember, the da is a full mouth.
Wadduha.
Well, look at me, my brothers. Wadduha. Wadduha. It's a full mouth letter. You have to show it. The wow is smiling, but the letter da is full mouth. Wadduha. And the ha is smiling. Wadduha. Rashid Bhai.
Wadduha.
You're like a bit like Dildar Bhai. So when you get to the letter da, make your mouth circular motion. Well, I broke it down slowly. Wadduha. I can still see you smiling. Someone else. Well, Bhai.
Wadduha.
That's the best so far. Let's see someone else better.
What?
Wadduha.
Okay, still the letter do. Remember, it's do. It's not letter dal. It sounds a bit like wadduha. It's not wadduha. 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 Abdul Sattar.
Wadduha.
Alhamdulillah, that's good. Alhamdulillah. I can hear the do there, but you have to make it full mouth. Okay, that's better. Mohib,
Wadduha.
very good. Did that right?
Wadduha.
Ha, smiley.
Wadduha.
Ha, smiley.
Wadduha.
Very good. Ayan.
والضحى
Very good. That's the best one, mashallah. Okay, let's do the next one. Number 2. Yeah. Was-sayf.
Wasayf.
The sword. Was-sayf. Yeah. Say a few times together, then I'm going to individually ask you. Yeah. Okay. Who wants to volunteer to go first? MashaAllah. We have the eldest, then the youngest, and then the middleman, inshallah.
Waswayf.
Okay, good.
والصيف
That's very good.
Wasayf.
Okay. Here, look at me, brothers. When you get to the letter saw, yeah, I want you to I want to hear that. Was. So listen to slow mo. Was-sayf. Yeah. MashaAllah bin al-Bayt. Was-sayf. Yeah. The saw. You have to make sure it's a full mouth and that sound is different to it's not is this. This one is can you hear the difference? That's the difference. Was-sayf. Yeah. Make your mouth work, bro. This is harder than the gym. Trust me, sometimes the muscles over there is hard to get it out. Why doesn't agree with me?
No, not too.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay, let's do. Actually, let's try a few brothers. Dildarbai.
Was-sayf.
Again,
Was-sayf.
if you do slow mo, you're smiling in the taswad.
Was-sayf.
That's better. Okay, next, Abdul Jabbar.
Waswayf.
Very good. Next person for Hadway.
Wasayf.
Very good. Alhamdulillah, we're getting there. Muhim.
Wasayf.
Very good. Abdul Sattar.
Waswayf.
Very good. Rashid.
Wasayf.
Now here you did this. Was. Can you hear the difference? So I want to hear the was.
Wasayf.
Okay, you need to look in the mirror next time you say the word, yeah, because you will see your mouth is smiling. Okay, Bildarbai.
Waswayf.
Very good. Ayan.
والصيف
Very good, mashallah. And Bildarbai.
Wasayf.
Very good, alhamdulillah. Let's do the next one, yeah. And remember, this one is a ghain. If you look at it, it's got a sakin. The sakin is written, like I said, in different forms. Here it's written like a little wow, isn't it? Yeah. Bil maghfirah.
بالمغفرة
Bilmaghfirah.
Very good. Try again.
بالمغفرة
Remember, I want to hear the bil magh. I want to see the magh.
Bilmaghfirah.
It's like your mouth is doing this.
Bilmaghfirah.
Yeah. Let's start from Bilbai. This word, please.
Bilmaghfirah.
Okay, and the last letter is a ta marbuta, but it becomes a ha because you're stopping there. So I want to hear the end.
Bilmaghfirah.
Okay, very good. Ayan.
بالمغفرة
Bil maghfirah. Is that correct, brothers? Is qalqala on the wrong letter.
بالمغفرة
Again, you did the qalqala.
بالمغفرة
Very good. Keep that standing. Dilawai.
Bilmaghfirah.
Bil maghfirah.
Bilmaghfirah.
The ra is full mouth. Ra.
Bilmaghfirah.
The ra it needs to be more.
Bilmaghfirah.
That's good, but now the ghain becomes a little bit qalqala. Yeah. Bil maghfirah.
Bilmaghfirah.
With forgiveness, by the way, it means, yeah. Bil maghfirah, with forgiveness. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair. Rashid bhai.
Bilmaghfirah.
Magh or magh.
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 The ghain is exactly what you just did now. Correct way. Magh.
Maghfirah.
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 Ghain is full mouth.
Maghfirah.
Ghain is full mouth. I want to see your mouth go circular.
Bilmaghfirah.
Okay. The ghain, not the ra. Ra is full mouth. MashaAllah, you're doing it. The ghain needs to be a bit more full mouth.
بالمغفرة
نغ.
بالمغفرة
That's better. Okay. Abdul Sattawi.
بالمغفرة
Again, please.
بالمغفرة
Very good. One last time.
بالمغفرة
Okay. Try to get the little ha at the end because
Yeah.
بالمغفرة. That little ha needs to come out.
بالمغفرة
Yes, mashallah. For Habay.
بالمغفرة
Very good. And Muhim,
بالمغفرة
too much qalqal on the ghain.
بالمغفرة
Okay, very good, bro. And the Abdul Jabbar bhai,
بالمغفرة.
maghfirah.
It's going to be a bit difficult.
No, bro, no.
I haven't started.
I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. That's fine, bro. Allah bless you, bro. Allah bless you. Allah bless you. I mean. Dilar bhai.
بالمغفرة.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah khairan. Okay. So we're not going to do the whole page, like I said, yeah. Coming back to the shadda, you can wipe some of it now. What we've done, Brother Bilal. What we'll do is, the shadda, if you remember, underneath it, if it has noon or a meme, what happens?
You put on gunna on it.
It's a obligatory gunna on it. You have to stay there with the gunna for 2 seconds, nasal sound.
So
yeah?
can you say that again? I missed.
The shadda,
Yeah, the shadda.
yeah.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
you have noon
Yeah.
or meme underneath it, automatic gunna, and you stay there for about 2 seconds, and yeah. So it's in Arabic it's called a meme mushaddada and noon mushaddada. That's quite simple to memorize. So I'm mentioning now, inshallah. Meme mushaddada and noon mushaddada. Let's go to some of these meme mushaddada, noon mushaddada. Okay. I think it is on page. It's backwards. Yeah. It's right at the beginning. Okay. Go to page 24, brothers. Everyone with me? Page 24?
Yes.
Does it explain the Nun Mushadda as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so the rules are there as well.
Yeah, in the books we got the rules as well. Alhamdulillah.
So, alhamdulillah, you got the example, but the rules are also there.
That's
So
right.
you can practice.
If you look at the previous page, which is page number 23, it says the gunna means for the sound to come out from the nose for the duration of 2 harakas. Yeah? And the rule is that I will always read mim mushaddada and noon mushaddada with gunna. Yeah, alhamdulillah. Okay, I don't want to start from the top. Let's go to a difficult one, inshallah. Let's go to page 25 and start with number 13. Okay,
13
number 13 on page 25. If you look at it right in the middle, ليحكم بين الناس. Yeah, you with me, brothers?
يحكم
Everyone's on the same page. Everyone's following me. The numbers of the wording. Yeah. Okay. Let's get one by one, inshallah. The lower.
So which number?
Number 13, bro. Pay attention.
13.
I'm joking, bro. I just take you,
Page 25.
Page 25.
No, page 25. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number
13.
Number 13.
Yeah.
Okay. ليحكم بين الناس.
Very good. Now do it with the tajweed.
ليحكم بين الناس.
Excellent. MashaAllah. In fact. Okay. Muhim.
ليحكم بين الناس
Excellent. Farhad bhai. Kuma.
ليحكم بين الناس.
Nas. Remember 2 second haraka gunna, and before that the ha is weak. Liyahkuma. The ha and the smiley.
ليحكم بين الناس.
بين
الناس.
Very good. Remember, you can't miss the gunna of the mim mushaddada, noon mushaddada. Okay, Abdul Sattar bhai.
ليحكم بين الناس
Very good. Alhamdulillah. Rashid bhai.
ليحكم بين الناس
Excellent. Dilbar bhai.
ليحكم بين الناس.
Mumtaz. Very good. Ayan.
ليحكم بين الناس
أحسنت. Very good. Really?
ليحكم بين الناس
Kuma, incorrect. We'll do the mads inshallah.
ليحكم بين الناس
Still is too long.
too long. ليحكم بين
كما-
الناس
ليحكم بين
ليحكم بين
That's it. You
الناس
got it, bro. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay, let's do another few more before we go to the next one, inshallah. Let's do another difficult one. Yeah, this one. Number 17. You start from there, bro. Roy. Number 17.
فإنك لا تسمع الموتى
موتى. But you need to do it with Tajweed, bro. Again.
فإنك لا تسمع
تسمع.
تسمع موتى
تسمع.
فإنك لا تسمع الموتى.
Still sounds like the calf you put in the alif mad there. Let's try some. Ayan.
فإنك لا
قلنا.
فإنك لا تسمع
موتى. الموتى. فإنك لا تسمع الموتى.
فإنك لا تسمع الموتى.
Excellent. Very good. Dilwarwi.
فإنك لا تسمع الموتى.
Very good. Remember, I mentioned this here. These books you got now here, you have to go through these pages. You're struggling now, but if you keep doing it, can you imagine what's going to happen? You're going to get better at it. You get more fluent at it. And you will be able to differentiate the different letters, like the rabbi mentioned that. One of the reasons why you're finding it difficult to differentiate the letters is because you're not reading enough. If you keep on reading, you get there. Inshallah. Who's next? Rashid Bhai, yeah?
فإنك لا تسمع الموتى.
لا, there's alif mad there.
فإنك لا تسمع الموتى.
Excellent, bro. Next person.
فإنك لا تسمع الموتى.
Excellent, Abu Sutta bhai. Next person, Farhad bhai. فإنك لا تسمع الموتى. You know, this is actually quite powerful. You say, I think some of these are actually Quranic words. They're just two words from the Quran. فَإِنَّكَ لَا, for indeed you did not hear the deaf. Subhanallah. I mean, Subhanallah. May Allah prepare us all for death. I mean, this is good practice for you, for Had Bhai. So there's 3 pages. Each exercise, rule, after each rule you will see 3 pages. You have to read those 3 pages. I would say at least maybe once a day. If it's going to be too difficult, do 1 page for half an hour, 10 minutes, whatever, however long it takes. Then another time you do another lot, and then the 3rd page. You have to do it. You have to put in your effort. If you don't put in your effort now, it's going to slow down your progression. Trust me, you have to give that time. Yeah, because this lesson now, yeah, it's not sufficient. The time that you give is more powerful, more beneficial than this lesson. And it'll be more rewarding for you because you give you more time. It's between you and Allah. Alhamdulillah. Okay, next person is who? Mohim, yes.
فإنك لا تسمع الموتى.
Excellent. Dilwar bhai.
فإنك لا تسمع
لا, alif mad.
فإنك لا تسمع الموتى.
Excellent. Jazakumullah khair. Okay, what we'll do is we're going to now go back to the explanation of the letter lam when it becomes a full mouth, and the letter ra when it's a full mouth. Yeah. Bilal bhai, you can work that out and you can write however you wish, inshallah. Yeah. So remember we mentioned this before as well. Yeah. The letter lam is a smiley letter, but it only becomes a full mouth letter when Allah is mentioned and the letter before it has a fatha or a dhamma.
Yes.
Everyone with me?
Yes.
Can we repeat that?
Give me an example.
There's loads of examples here. We will do it, inshallah.
Allah.
Yeah. Page number 35. Everyone go to page 35.
Could be any letter, but with a fatha
Any
and a
letter.
dhamma,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yes. See? If you just ignore the first part, which says tafkhim. Tafkhim means full mouth. Yeah. So I'm not going to speak about this. Yeah? We've already done the full mouth. Yeah. The rule is when lam of Allah is after a fatha or a dhamma, it will become a full mouth letter. And when it is a kasra, meaning the letter before has a kasra, then it will be empty mouth. Or we call it smiley. Yeah, smiley letters. You with me, brothers? Any questions? Because we'll do some exercises on this now. Any questions?
So,
Go, Rashid.
so you know the example they give. So, is it fi dinillahi huwallah?
That's it. Fi dinillahi, as in the Quran, fi dinillahi, the lam here in Allah is a smiley letter because the letter before it, you can see the letter noon has got kasra. And the next word example that's given. So there's actually two examples here. The next one is huwallah. Yeah? But be careful of making the letter before a full mouth when it's smiling. Like here, the letter wow is there. Huwa. Yeah, it's written huwa. But then you jump to Allah and then then the lam becomes full mouth because of the fatha above the letter wow. So anytime you see Allah and the word before the letter before it has a fatha or dhamma, it becomes full mouth. And we'll do the examples now, inshallah. I think this is the best thing to do again. Yeah? Okay, the next page. Let's do these. These are very good exercises, alhamdulillah. Let's do number one. We can do this together. It's very quick, very easy and simple. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
آمنا بالله
آمنا بالله.
آمنا بالله
آمنا بالله.
بآيات الله
بآيات الله.
من الله
من الله.
فزادهم الله
فزادهم الله.
الله الصمد
الله الصمد.
والله محيط
والله محيط.
والله محيط
والله محيط.
والله عليم
والله عليم.
والله المستعان
والله المستعان.
عهد الله
عهد الله.
أم الله
أم الله.
فأخذه الله
فأخذه الله.
كتاب الله
كتاب الله.
صبغة الله
صبغة الله.
الصواب يا صبغة الله
صبغة الله.
وليتق الله
وليتق الله.
والله يهدي
والله يهدي.
ويعلمكم الله.
ويعلمكم الله.
Okay, hasbuk, mashallah. So this is very easy, but I'll test you brothers, inshallah. Maybe let's go to the next page. Let's start Dil Warbai. Do the first line, inshallah, please.
The next page.
Yeah, next page, page 37, first line, please. 1 and 2.
Ad-dinu lillah.
Voice loud.
Ad-dinu lillah.
It's a smiley, yeah?
The ad-dinu lillah.
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah? Ad-deen lillah. Raise your voice so the brothers can hear you as well, inshallah. Next one. So, yeah. 2 dots.
Yaghidu.
Yeah? Ain.
Yaghidu.
It's not a mad there. Ya'i. Ya'idu.
Ya'idukumullah.
Do it together.
Ya'idukumullah.
Together, don't stop.
Ya'idukumullah.
Full mouth, Allah.
Ya'idukumullah.
By the way, I forgot to mention this. Allah, every time, whether it's lam, is a smiley letter in Allah, or full mouth, Allah is always a mad. Yeah? It's an extra harakat. Allah, Subhanallah, Bismillah, Alhamdulillah. You have to show that. When Tajweed time, you can't say Alhamdulillah. It's not sufficient. when you read the Quran and you don't do this tajweed, the one harakat extra, you're not doing the mud there. Mud has to be there. Okay? Yeah, you have to do next one, please.
حتى يغنيهم الله.
حتى يغنيهم الله.
حتى يغنيهم
يغنيهم الله.
حتى يغنيهم الله.
Very good. Let's go to Muhib. Number 3.
فأخذهم الله بذنوبهم.
Again.
فأخذهم
Differentiate the first and the second letter.
فأخذهم.
There's no mad there. فأخذ.
فأخذهم الله بذنوبهم.
Excellent, bro. Next one, then you're done.
يغفي الله لكم.
The qalqal and the ghain.
يغفي
Don't do the
الله
qalqal and the
لكم.
ghain.
يغفي الله لكم.
I'm still hearing a bit of qalqala. يغفي الله.
يغفي الله لكم.
Yeah. Okay. Farhad. Are we done? Yes, Farhad Bhai. Number 5. The alif and the ta in this word, after the wow, both of them has that line which shows it's a mad. We'll do the mad inshallah next. So here it is written وَآتَاهُ اللَّهُ الْمُلْكَ وَآتَاهُ اللَّهُ الْمُلْكَ وَآتَاهُ اللَّهُ الْمُلْكَ اللَّهُ الْمُلْكَ. So remember last week I gave a voice recording of the qalqalas. I hope you brothers heard it and practiced it. That's the whole purpose of me sending that. It took me time doing that, yeah. And I had a baby on me, yeah. Brothers, please do not waste that opportunity, yeah. If you find it difficult, then listen to that.
Good job.
Inshallah, we'll do it.
Do it mark to the queue, yeah?
Qalqalas. We might not have time to do qalqalas because we have to do some of this and we have to do the mud. Just to explain it, maybe we're not going to go into the rule too much, inshallah, but that is one of the other basic rules. Yes, bro?
So isn't the gym? Do you not do qalqala on gym as well?
Yeah, we do.
So if I done qalqala there.
Is a ghain there.
It's a line.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind. Okay,
That's
sorry.
right. That's right. Alhamdulillah. Allah Akbar. Okay, what number was that again?
That was number 4. I was on. Oh, so the next one was that you just done. That was number 5. So we should be on number 6.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's go to Abdul Sattabai. Let's try that inshallah. Abdul Sattabai. Number 6, please.
يدعون إلى كتاب الله.
Kitabillah.
كتاب الله.
Okay, so remember, smiley letters, I want you to stretch your mouth. I don't want you to give me 50% or 60% smiley and 50% or say 40% full mouth. Kitabillah.
كتاب الله.
Smile. Stretch your mouth. Yeah? And before that as well, there's a qalqala there. I know we haven't done it today yet, but we have covered it before. You're there. You have to do that. You're there. يدعون إلى كتاب الله. So after actually the whole sentence is smiley letters. You can't make it full mouth at all. يدعون إلى كتاب الله. It sounds so nice as well, by the way. So that's another thing, by the way. When you start learning these things, the tajweed of Quran, it becomes more enjoyable to read the Quran. Subhanallah. I find that, subhanallah. It's amazing. The whole Quran, everything about the Quran is a miracle. Looking at it is a miracle. Listening to it is a miracle. Reading it is a miracle. Studying it is a miracle. The Quran is full of miracles. The miracle of all miracles. And it's a living miracle in our hands today. Subhanallah. Yeah? Jazakallah khair. Brother Rashid, next one.
Which verse is it? 7.
Is it number 7?
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
7.
7.
أم تقولون على الله.
على الله. Full mouth because of the letter lam before it. In ala is a full is got fatha on it.
So it's على الله.
على الله.
على الله.
Remember the word Allah is either Allah or Allah. Yeah. Here is Allah because the letter before has a fatha.
أم تقولون على الله.
Very good, go. Let's go to the Rabbi.
Next one.
Number 8, mashallah. Try it.
Difficult.
So slowly, Kuwait.
Yes.
Break it down.
Break it down, yeah.
يوافيهم
Shadda.
يوافيهم
Yuwaf.
الله
Very good. And then
دينهم.
very good. Yuwaffihimullahu dinahum. Okay, mashallah. Let's go to ayat number 9.
كذلك
Don't do the mud there.
كذلك يحيي الله الموتى.
Again, please.
كذلك
كذلك isn't it?
كذلك
No, you're right. كذلك يحيي yeah. Don't do قلقلة on the يحيي الله
الله الموتى.
very good and brother Riyad.
أن القوة لله جميعا.
Very good again.
أن القوة لله جميعا.
Sure, say it with confidence.
أن القوة
أن لا, that's why I was saying it. There's no قلقلة on the lam. أن
القوة لله
قوة
جميعا.
too long. أن القوة لله جميعا.
أن القوة لله جميعا.
قوة you make it too long. أن القوة لله جميعا.
أن القوة
أن there's a shadda above it. You have to do غنة.
أن القوة لله جميعا.
Okay, very good, bro. Alhamdulillah. Any questions so far, brothers? Any questions? No? Okay. So again, these pages you must read them. I can't emphasize how important this is for all of us here. Ra Sakina. Let's go to Ra Sakina. Page number 39 and page number 43. You go to page number 39, brothers.
See when we say
Yeah.
name of Ibrahim, do we use Qaqala on the ba?
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim.
Yeah.
It's fine because in the last session when we were practicing the Kalkala, it then made sense to me why you hear some sheikhs like Muhtamek, when he pronounces the Prophet Ibrahim's name, he says it does the way it's supposed to do it, and I always thought it was an accident, but it makes sense to why he's doing it that way.
MashaAllah. I've been told that when you're speaking and conversing, you don't have to make the mads. For example, Yusuf, Yunus. That's how it's written. That's how you pronounce it. But when you're talking Yusuf, you can do it, but not to, one of the chefs told me you don't have to emphasize on the mads, for example. But certain letters you can't avoid. Yeah, you have to do it. Not just the mads, but other things. Okay. We'll avoid Ra mutaharrika. We'll go to Ra sakina. That's important. Mads we'll have to do next week. Mad and the qalqala we'll do next week, inshallah. Yeah. Page 43. If you see Ra sakina, because we already spoke about Ra being a full mouth letter, but it becomes a smiley letter when the letter before it has a kasra, right? So you go to page 43. It's written. The rule is when Ra sakina is a dhamma or a fatha. You know what sakina is, isn't it? Sakin or sakina is that little circle thing. So when you see that above a ra, after a dhamma or a fatha, it will be full mouth. That's normal. Yeah, the ra remains full mouth. But when you see with a kasra, meaning the letter before it has a kasra, then it becomes smiley. Does that make sense? We'll go through the examples, inshallah. But does that make sense? Any questions?
So repeat that again.
So the letter ra,
Yeah.
Before the ra is dhamma or fatha.
Yeah.
We say with the full, no? Yeah. The letter before the ra, if it's got a kasra,
It's like the lam.
e sound,
Lam.
then it's a smile.
so
So
this
mir,
is ra sakina. Ra sakina, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
So the letter before it, for example, yeah? It's kaf and alif, yeah? That stays in the full mouth. Yeah, kaf, yeah? Kaf. But, just change that there. Because of this changes this ra to a smiley letter. Does that make sense? That was with me, yeah?
So whenever there's a kasra before, whenever there's a kasra on the letter before ra, lam with the sakin, it
That's
turns
it.
into smiley.
Exactly. The ra sakina, that's why it's called ra sakina. Ra sakina, which is this, ra sakina. It stays the full mouth when there's a fatha or dhamma. It becomes a smiley ra when there is a kasra.
Only if there's a second above it, yeah?
Yeah, ra sakina.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are other things as well. Let's do some of these exercises, inshallah. Then we'll close it for today. So let's go to the next page.
44.
Yeah, page number 44. This is a very good one, by the way, because the letter ra, I know it's difficult as well. Yeah, let's do line each, inshallah. Yeah, let's start with Dilwar Bhai. You there?
44.
44, please. But if it's too much, maybe we'll just split it in like half a line like this.
فذكر.
Remember the shadda. Don't neglect all the other things we've done so far. The shadda and all the other things. Yeah.
فذكر.
Very good. Next one.
واركعوا.
Where is a full mouth?
واركعوا.
Where? I want to hear the where.
واركعوا.
Very good. Again.
واركعوا.
Very good. MashaAllah. You're working. Next one.
فبشره.
Again.
Or is it hum? فبشرهم.
Very good. Remember, you need to show me in these exercises. You need to show me when it's full mouth ra. These pages will show you that you need to do the full mouth ra as well as the smiley ra. So you have to show me with emphasis. Here, the second one we just did, the third one you just did. Third example. فبشرهم. فبشرهم. You have to show that the smiley. فبشرهم. Yeah. Okay. Next person. Muhim. Number 4.
أذكركم.
أذكركم. You're making qalqala in the letter ra. There is no qalqala in the letter ra.
أذكركم.
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 Okay. Next one.
والفجر.
والفجر. Yeah. Okay. MashaAllah. Next one.
وما رآها.
ومرعاها.
ومرآها.
ومرعاها.
ومرآها.
There are other exceptions to these rules, by the way, and you will go when you get the chance in the later stages. We'll go to it. So for now, just as we're doing it, as it is, yeah. Alhamdulillah. ومرعاها. Okay. Let's go to Farhad Bhai. You can try that.
7.
Number 7, Farhad Bhai.
Number 7.
Yeah. That alif is not to be pronounced after the letter waw. واغفر لنا.
واغفر لنا.
Remember the ra smiley.
واغفر لنا.
Fir.
واغفر.
Fir.
واغفر.
That's better.
واغفر لنا.
Very good. Did you notice it yourself when you changed it?
It's different.
When you notice it, then I know that you've known. You know it now. If you don't notice it, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Abdul Sattar, you need the next one, please.
واستغفر واستغفر
tag is incorrect. Tag.
واستغفر.
That's better. But wastaghfir, like we mentioned earlier, the fa has a kasra and the ra makes it smiley. Wastaghfir.
واستغفر.
Very good, mashallah, that's very good. Rashid bhai, you want to do the next one?
Astakbarta.
Very good. We're not doing the ending rules, the rules of stopping, but I will get Brother Rashid to do it again, please.
Astakbart.
Astakbar, the ra, I want to hear the ra full mouth.
Astakbarta.
Very good. Do the next one as well, please. Wala.
Wala bikur.
Wala bikr.
Wala bikr.
Yeah. Okay. It becomes bikr because the cow is okay. Dilwarba, number 11.
فلا تكفر
فلا تكفر.
فلا تكفر
Yeah. Next one.
ثم أقرأ.
This is a good one, by the way. There's
ثم
qalqala there, the shadda there, the tha. Tha with the tip of the tongue, zipper right with the teeth touching it. Thum.
ثم أقررتم.
Excellent, mashallah. Ahsan. ثم أقررتم. ثم أقررتم. Yeah? Next person. Sorry. Ayan, next one, number 13.
أربعين ليلة.
Very good. Next one.
آل فرعون.
Very good. I hear the raw here very nicely. Here, by the way, this is what I was taught in Egypt. MashaAllah, the teacher was very strong in this. Here, the word Fir'aun, you know who Fir'aun is, yeah? The worst human being ever. Yeah. Very careful, brothers. It's not a Fir'aun. Fir'aun. Can you hear the difference?
To emphasize
Yeah.
the ra.
Yes. You have to. Fir'aun. Fir'aun. Can you hear the difference? Yeah. Because fa has a kasra, the ra, you have to show fir. You have to smile here. So my teacher was very strong on this. Fir'aun. Yeah. Even slightly fir, he wouldn't accept it. So I'm trying to show you the emphasis is here. Yeah. Okay. Next person is Real by yes.
أيانا مرساها.
Very good. Next one.
وليال
عشر. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Okay, brothers. This will end here. Yep. You see, we didn't go through the book as it's been written because I wanted to, go with our flow. Alhamdulillah. Any questions, any feedback is good for us. You can ask them now. What we'll do is we'll go through some of these and I'll ask you brothers again, please do your homework. Do those pages, inshallah. Dilbabai, can you write down, maybe give another reminder midweek if the brothers have done it, inshallah. Maybe even get the brothers to tick it. So encourage brothers to do it, inshallah. That way we're not wasting time because we don't work together. Some of you will need to actually be pushed a little bit more. But that's only for your benefit. If you allow us, inshallah. No sticks, but we'll push you. Inshallah.
Some thing else, do you think when you get some time, please, if you could just make a note on WhatsApp the area that we covered, and then that way we can just.
Yeah. If you can remind me as well, inshallah, that would be great.
Or if you send that recording, then we can.
This one will be sent, but just for private purposes. Because the other thing I mentioned already, the book has already been explained by the Sheikh, and there's YouTube videos. I will share that to the Rabbi, and you can share it with you. Yeah. But we don't want to give everything to you because then you might get confused. Some of you brothers might be a bit advanced. That's fine, but we'll do it gradually. Gradually is very important, inshallah. Anything else? Okay, then back to you, brother. Jazakumullah khair. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, I think we've covered. I think everybody's covered.